Hello everyone. Want to introduce you to my new board and train right now. This is Moogie. She's a year old. She's like a husky lab mix and she's with me for a week. Typically I only do 2-week long ones because I like the progression of doing 2 weeks rather than just a week, which a week for me personally doesn't feel like enough. But her owner's going out of town and he wanted to take the opportunity to get her into training while he's out. So I will be handling her for this next week. And while she's with me today, like I said, I wanted to introduce you, show her the type of dog that she is. So while we're out right now, we're at a park, and 2 things we're going to be working on today is leash walking and her jumping into the car. So she does not like to jump into the car. So first, what I'm going to do right now before working on her getting into the car is working on her walking on nicely on this path behind us, because she is a puller and super excited about everything that she sees. So we're going to be working on that. And then once we finish that session, we're going to work on her jumping in and out of the car. And if you're having trouble with your dog jumping in the car, because she's a big dog, don't want to be having to lift her up. So if you're having this problem too, then stay tuned for closer to the end of the video so that you can see her learning how to jump into the car. So this will be Moogie's very first time out with me today. She just came to me this morning, let her settle in, and now we're out doing our first training session. Now, as you can see, she is pretty wild. She has a lot of energy. She likes to move around. So just working on her being able to walk calmly. Sorry about the dog barking right next to me if you guys can hear that. But working on her healing and just walking calmly next to me. And so this will be her very first leash walking session. And typically during board and trains, the first week is more prioritized of working things on leash. And then the second week, I work on things off leash. So since we only have 1 week with her, I am going to be trying to do some off leash stuff. Obviously, I want to get to the point where she is off leash. Normally, it doesn't take me that long to teach a dog how to be off leash. But for a dog to learn off leash, they need to be able to walk nicely on it. So as you can already tell, she's already, I haven't told her anything. Like these first couple sessions, I don't really even talk to the dog much. It's really just about movement, and she's pulling. But what I'm doing with the collar and with the leash is helping her be able to walk nicely. Now, when I'm doing this, I am right now only working in a small area. I'm not trying to take her on a full walk. When teaching your dog to walk nicely on a leash, you need to start small and then work your way up. So we're in an area that doesn't have a lot of distractions. Yes, there's been people walking by, not since we started, but since I've pulled up, I've noticed some people walking by. So this is not a super populated area, which is fine. I'm okay with some people coming by here and there. There's a lady coming towards us right now, and Moogie's a very friendly dog. Any dog or person she sees, she just wants to go say hi. So I'm gonna try to keep it as raw as possible, but this is our first time out in a park together, and you're gonna notice I'm not gonna say much to her. I'm just moving around with her. Right now, we're just focusing on her understanding the collar and learning how to just move with me. And I'm just finding out what numbers work for her, seeing what mode and all that stuff. So keeping it pretty simple right now, and literally just staying in this small area, working back and forth, practicing her walking fine on a leash. Since she's doing pretty well, I'm gonna start incorporating place. Again, I'm not going to say anything to her, just direct her right on. When I first met her, she was pretty afraid of this thing. She would not, no matter what, you try to pull her on, she was backing away. She did not want to get on. So this is her not counting the evaluation, since it's our first day together. It's her first time being on place. But during the evaluation, we did work some on it. So not sure if you noticed, she was a little bit hesitant, but she did get on way better than she did during the evaluation. And then I'm just gonna just walk away. Again, not really focusing on any commands right now. We'll get later into that. But right now, teaching your dog to walk nice on leash is not as hard as people make it seem. There's these guys coming down on these skateboards, so I'm gonna let them come by. And then this will be our first time doing this. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna have her go in place. Boogie, good. And then I'm gonna have these people go by if they come by. Obviously not everyone wants to be in the way, but having her stay on place right here while distractions are coming by, we're not gonna work yet on her being able to walk past people, but her being able to sit and observe while these people come by. So they did just walk away. They went off. They're still pretty close, but they took the grass instead of coming right by us, which is fine because I really wouldn't expect her to stay sitting on place while they would have rode their skateboards by. But them creating that distance made it easier for her. Great. Even then, they were still pretty close in our distance, but she still stayed on. Again, I'm just going to take her right off, her moving with me, and we're going to go back to walking back and forth for a little bit and really just focusing on that leash walking. As time goes on, we will progress. Good girl. As time goes on, we will progress the walk, literally just taking this whole straight path down. But for right now, keeping it small and just working on her walking right next to me. Trust me when I say that during the evaluation, I had the owner, we went on a small walk with the owner, the neighborhood. Not around the neighborhood, it was small. We went up the sidewalk and back down. There was another dog, there's people pulling towards people. Even when I took her, she was dragging me towards my car. And so for her to be able to just walk this is crazy improvement from where she was before. And again, I'm not really saying anything to her, but I'm using all body language in the collar just to direct her where I want her to go. And then later on in the program, probably tomorrow, is when I will start introducing verbal commands. But right now we're just going through the motions, getting her warmed up and comfortable. So I'm going to walk a little bit more, and then we're going to wrap this up and then head back to the car where we're going to go over her learning how to jump into the car. And she will get it while we're here today. There we go, her sitting and staying. Like I said, guys, first session, already doing everything I need her to do. And her just, it's all about connection. For me, I don't really need to tell her what to do. Yes, I'm adding pressure to get her into these positions, but over time, I just expect you to do these things. When I stop, I want you to sit. If I direct you to place, you get on place. You sit on place. When we're walking past people and doing everything, you walk nicely right next to me. So again, like I said, I only had this dog for a few hours. And she was not doing this the first time that I met her. So within just a few minutes of us doing this, she's already made a drastic improvement. And you guys are just going to see over the week that she's with me how things are going to change with all this and how much she's going to learn. And then by the end of the week, we should be able to do everything without me having to have a leash at all, just body language commands and the collar. So we're going to move now over to the car and teach her how to jump in. All right, guys, so just to show you, she's not going to jump in if I try to get her up. She stops right here. I add tension. She's not going to go any further than this. She expects me to lift her up. So we're going to work on her being able to jump up on her own. And for me, safety is number one. I know dang near probably 90% of my clients do not have a crate in their car or crate their dog in the car. But when your dog is with me, this is a 5-star crash tested kennel. So when your dog is with me, they have the safest spot in the car. Just because I never know, I take them out every day to places. So car safety is important. So they're not moving around and stuff in the car either. And if we were to ever get into an accident, they have the best seat in the house or in the car. So again, showing you guys that she's not going to jump up. This is where she stops. So we're going to work on her getting up into this car. So again, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to guide her up, 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 all the way up until she gets in. Boom. Didn't want to get in before. After that, yes, I did a lot of assistance of getting her up, but as we continue these reps, she is going to just easily jump in on her own once she starts to understand. So I'm going to take her back off and we're going to do it again. Boom. What? Second time. Yes, she didn't go all the way in the crate. She knows to go into the crate. Once I get her up in the car, that's where she goes. 2 tries to get this dog into the car for her to jump in on her own. Do this again. This time, minimal pressure. I still guided her up, yes. Getting back up here. One hand on the leash. Boom. Did it with one finger. We'll do that, show you guys that one more time. It's reps, people. Reps is what counts. Ready? One finger on it. Just gonna guide her up. Before this, the owner was lifting her up into the car. It's repetition that get you to where your dog, if your dog is afraid of something, don't just give into that. Your dog's afraid to go up and down the stairs. Your dog's afraid to jump into the car. It's not that they're really afraid. It's more so they think they can't do it. So you need to show them that they can. They're scared or hesitant to go in and out the crate. Show them. And then over time, it starts getting easier. You need to show them so they are able to do it. Your dog, I get clients who tell me that they try to walk their dog in the neighborhood. At a certain house, they stop and won't go forward. You need to show them that it's okay to continue to move forward. So Moogie today was not able to jump into the car. Right now, I just proved that she is able to jump into the car. First one took a lot of assistance. Second one, I did a little bit more. And then those last ones, barely touching my finger, I was able to get her to jump up. So repetitions are important. Very important with this stuff. So from now on, Moogie will be able to jump into the car now without her owner ever having to pick her up again. She is definitely 100% capable of doing that. So I'm gonna get her all the way into the crate now because that's where I need her to be. Just gonna guide her into there. Boom. Give her a little booty push all the way up in there. Then take her slip lead off. I will be adding a command to this. I use the word up with my dog. I use that with clients' dogs too. This is different from place. I say up, your dog jumps up into the car. So there's that, you guys. We're gonna be wrapping this up now. If this was helpful, if you were ever struggling with getting your dog into the car, I hope this was helpful. Key factor of this whole entire thing was the leash that I used. Throughout this whole thing, from teaching leash walking to getting her to jump into the car, I used a slip lead. Most important tool out of everything today. Forget the e-collar. I could have done this without the e-collar. It's the slip lead that helps guide the dog in these situations. Shows them how to turn their body and all that. So with me moving back and forth with the doing the walking, I was guiding her head using the slip lead, getting her into the crate. If I would have had a harness, she probably would have backed up and ended up slipping out of it. Even with a flat collar, like that doesn't provide the right type of pressure and still probably end up slipping out of it. The slip lead helps guide your dog, shows them where to go, and gets them into the positions that they need. When you saw me putting her into the sit, I was using the slip lead. Guiding her onto place, I was using the slip lead. So at the end of the day, the slip lead today was the most important tool that I used. Getting her into the car, slip lead was the most important tool. I rarely used the e-collar during this session today. I didn't really explain it much of what I was doing because I wasn't really using it. But if you are having struggles with getting your dog to jump into the car, I recommend starting with the slip lead and guiding them using pressure to get them in. Again, you guys, if this video was helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more. I will be posting daily videos of Moogie's progress, and there's way more to come with her. She's a very high energy athletic dog, so there's going to be a lot we're going to be doing this week. And stay tuned for more. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next one.